Welcome back po sa Cure. Ngayon naman alamin natin ang mga biglaan na senyales na may stroke ang isang tao. So, Dr. Ong,
Ulit.
ikaw ulit.
Okay. So,
Since this is your field of expertise.
sige. So, the first important thing that I'd like to mention is that strokes usually happen suddenly. So, biglaan talaga yan. So, hindi ka pwedeng magkaroon ng manhid ng 1 month and then you call it stroke. So, dapat within minutes or within hours or at most mga days yung progression ng mga signs and symptoms. So, biglaan siya. And then the signs and symptoms usually are referable to a dysfunction or a problem in the particular area that is affected. So, most of the time, paralysis eh. So, one half of the body na nagpa-paralyze. But remember, you can also have stroke manifesting with one half of the body na manhid or numbness or agbibinag siya sa Ilocano, di ba? And then you can have parang nabubulol. Oo. Or sometimes, they are unable to express themselves or they have difficulty understanding what other people are saying, a condition that we call aphasia. Or some people will have blurring of vision or hindi makakita dun sa isang side ng visual field nila. Or some people will have, kapag the cerebellum is affected, then they have loss of balance or a combination of all of those symptoms. And in case of the hemorrhagic type, very, very particularly common is yung headache, na sobrang sakit ng headache na nagsusuka pa sila. Kagaya ng nabanggit ni Dr. Blandina.
Doc, yung pagiging manhid sa pag-ibig ay sign. Sabay ganun, no? O, masyado na tayong seryoso kasi dito eh.
Si Dr. Rivas ang sasagot niya.
Si Doc Rivas na sasagot.
Sa pag-ibig.
Sa pag-ibig, expertise ni Doctor. But anyway, Dr. Blandina.
I would like to ask a question from Dr. Ong. To Dr. Ong. Yung vomiting ba sa stroke, Elton, does it have to be projectile?
Sa ngayon, not necessarily. Kasi dati nung nag-aaral kami sa medisina, basta
We were taught that
nagkaroon
certain type of
na parang projectile, di ba? Parang pag ang pasyente daw na nagka-stroke or biglang tumaas yung presyon dun sa utak nila, so ang headache nila sobrang grabe. Tapos they are associated with vomiting na projectile. How do you say projectile? Parang
the Exorcist
natatapon yung
type of
suka.
vomiting.
Pero,
Yung, it just comes out. It has a what you call
yung
this
parang
pressure.
May projection na pressure. Pero it's not necessarily true anymore. So most books will describe the vomiting as projectile. Pero basta vomiting of any kind is a part of the whole headache increase intracranial.
You can also have incontinence.
And then, pwede, especially kung nag-seizure yung pasyente, pwede And then if it's the part of the brain, may certain part of the brain kasi that controls yung pag-ihi tsaka pagtae. So kapag yun ang naapektuhan, then you can also have incontinence.
Doctor, what's the difference of migraine headache from the headache you usually have with stroke? Is there a particular difference?
Yung pwedeng parang migraine-like headache din ng stroke eh. Especially yung mga may particular kind kasi ng stroke na parang yung AV mal na sinasabi nila na parang nag-represent as migraine. Pero yung migraine kasi usually same character na parang pumipitik-pitik and it happens over a period of several days. Tapos nag-start na yung migraine usually nung bata pa yung pasyente, gano'n, na regularly may history na siyang gano'n. Unlike yung sakit talaga ng ulo ng stroke, talagang sobrang biglaan na. Biglang may pumutok ang ugat, biglang sumakit ang ulo, tapos nagsusuka talaga. So mas severe talaga yung headache ng stroke.
And probably there's an aura if you have this migraine headache.
Yung mga pasyente kasi may migraine, minsan meron silang munang nakikita na parang ilaw.
Yung triggering factor na sinasabi
lines,
nila. No?
And then there are triggering factors.
Yeah,
We can discuss migraines.
Yeah, I'm very interested because I have migraine headache.
Which is very often, Dr.
Yeah.
When you don't sleep.
Yeah, when I don't sleep in the afternoon.
Parang kinakabahan na talaga ako, no? Kasi minsan talaga sumasakit din ang ulo ko, Dok. Pero I don't know. I cannot identify kung migraine ba ito or
Yeah, do not take it lightly. Once you have a headache, go see Dr. Ong in St. James, I would
Any
suppose.
doctor.
naman. Pero Doc Ong, bakit po tinawag na tridor yung sakit na stroke po?
Tridor siya kasi most of the risk factors or reasons, usually they are asymptomatic eh. So, hindi totoo na yung high blood is associated with symptom. Yung marami kasing tao nang sabi, Doktor, sumakit ang ulo ko, pina-check ko yung BP ko kasi baka high blood ako. Most of the time, high blood pressure is not associated with headache. So, pwedeng high blood ka na for a long time na hindi mo napapansin. And then, darating na lang siya biglaan na may pumutok na pala yung ugat sa brain mo. Na stroke ka na pala.
So,
Yeah. Kaya
possible
siya
pala
traitor.
yun.
So it does not mean that once you're hypertensive, puputok na kagad yung... It could be a long-standing hypertension.
Yeah, you could be hypertensive for a long time already na wala kang nararamdaman.
And then all of a sudden,
comes the stroke
yeah,
all of a sudden.
Okay.
Because what I was thinking is once that you are hypertensive, the small vessels in your brain ruptures and stroke, right? So it's not necessarily an immediate effect.
Pwedeng
It could be a
long-standing.
long-standing hypertension,
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it snaps.
Mas marami din yung mga ganito, yung halimbawa, dati na silang high blood, di ba? Tapos uminom na sila ng gamot. And then biglang na-stress, tapos nagalit, tapos biglang nag-shoot up ang blood pressure.
Na-trigger.
Then you can have a stroke because of that.
I see. Yes, Doktora, do you have any follow-up
Yeah,
question?
di ba? Because hypertension is the number one risk factor for stroke. And I think the same risk factors for stroke and for heart attack, di ba? Pareho din. So my question is, does the signs and symptoms of stroke in adults the same also as in the younger age group?
Basically, pareho pa rin eh. Kasi you have a problem. Kung ano man yung nangyari, whether it's whatever the cause is that led to the stroke. So, ang signs and symptoms will be yung referable to a problem in that particular area of the brain. Yun nga lang, mas mahirap i-assess yung mga sobrang bata na hindi makakapagsalita.
Exactly.
O, high index of suspicion is actually warranted. Kapag halimbawa, yung mga 3 to 4 years old na hindi mo naman alam, hindi masyado pang nakakapag-express.
Pwede mangyari yon?
Although, di ba, parang pwede kasi magkaroon din ng stroke even in the pediatric age group. Although
Kahit yung bagong panganak.
pero although yung reason,
Mahirap yata.
may mga 3, 4, mga bata. So, most of the time kasi we have a different set of risk factors for stroke in mga children.
Yeah, but I would what you call this? I would rather not talk about stroke in children because it could be seizures, right?
Okay.
So do not mistake seizures from stroke.
So, and then may mga ibang klaseng sakit din talaga sa bata. Pero we just have to remind the public na yung people with hypertension are getting younger nowadays because of lifestyle and the food that
And
we eat.
diet,
exactly.
of course.
We're seeing 18 or 16 years
Oo
old na
nga eh.
dapat healthy pa lang, di ba? Na minsan high blood na sila.
Dahil sa mga kinakain.
Dahil sa kinakain
So,
or lack
the-
of exercise.
Number one risk factor has something to do with lifestyle.
Exactly.
Lifestyle and diet goes with it.
Yeah.
Parang they're saying yung stroke is actually a lifestyle disease. Sakit
It's a
siya ng
lifestyle
mga
disease.
maling lifestyle.
Tama. Here's another question po, Doc. Paano ba malalaman na nag-stroke ang isang pasyente po? May mga test ba na kailangan gawin at paano po ba magagamot ang pasyente na may stroke po?
So, to put it simply, first things first, kinakailangan talaga ma-CT scan. CT scan is readily available. We have it here in Ilocos Sur na. 3 big centers with CT scan. Yung CT scan kasi magsasabi sa atin kung anong klaseng stroke ka meron. Infarct ba or ischemia or nagpara o kaya yung hemorrhage or yung pumutok. Ganun. And of course, pagdating mo sa ospital, yung doctor mo will request for some blood tests. So and that would include yung check yung sugar mo, cholesterol, mga kidney and liver function, or all other risk factors na posibleng meron ng pasyente. And then they will also probably request for a chest x-ray to see if there's enlargement of the heart. And then ECG is also very important because we have a condition that we call atrial fibrillation, wherein the heart beats irregularly, and that would lead to development of a blood clot that would escape the heart and eventually go to the brain,
Reach the
leading to a
brain, yeah.
stroke. Oo. So yun mga basic na ginagawa.
So, kung may re-recommend po kayo dito sa Ilocos, napupuntahan nila, Doc, saan po?
3 big centers with CT scan. So, Metro Vigan, St. James Hospital, tsaka Gabriela Silang General Hospital. So, may CT scan yung tatlong.
Wow. Okay. So,
Well, first
yes,
and
Doc.
foremost, I think history and physical examination would be the best indicator for you to order a CT scan, right?
Oo, siyempre, hindi lang naman pagdating mo doon, laboratory na kagad. So basta, ang importante, in an elderly na hypertensive, tapos biglaan na lang na sumakit ang ulo or nanghina yung kalahating parte ng katawan o nagmanhid, suspect a stroke, go to the hospital right away kasi there's treatment for stroke.
So advisable talaga na annually nagkakaroon tayo ng medical check-up or examination, Doc, no? Or pwede rin siya, mas maganda rin twice a year, something like that.
If you're like healthy, so depending on the country, most physicians will recommend a yearly baseline and then a yearly checkup once you reach the age of 40 and above. So as early as mga 40 and above, siguro mas maganda kung nagpapa-blood chemistry ka na regularly. Kasi the earlier that disease is detected, the earlier will be the treatment. So lesser yung chance na magkaroon ng stroke.
Less morbidity.
Exactly. Anything, Doc?
Probably women would be very interested in knowing whether oral contraceptive pills has something to do or is linked to stroke.
Totoo yan, Mana. So, chronic long-term use of oral contraceptive may be associated or linked with stroke. Kasi yung effect kasi ng mga hormone will make your blood thick or viscous. So, nahirapan siyang, ang galing mo na, Delma. Ikaw na lang.
Natututo ka na.
Actually. But anyway, habang tumatagal, mas lumalawak ang kaalaman natin tungkol sa stroke. So, wag po kayong aalis. Magbabalik po ang Cure.